welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the H&S Steenbeck Ultra 2024 airbrush, made in Germany. Let's see, flip the box over. It's got the clog control cap, a 5ml cup, a 0.45 nozzle needle, and color control. I'll explain more about this once we open up the box. Well, let's see what's inside. It's a nice box. Very nice box. Just pull these two levers to the side and open it up, and there it is. So H&S Steenbeck gives you a card that they've already tested the airbrush on for the detail and the blending. It looks like you got pretty nice lines out of this airbrush. That's a piece of foam. But here's the main attraction. So you got your cup and the airbrush itself. It's very well balanced, very well made. And if you didn't want to put your cup on and you only had a small piece to do or touch up, you could always put your couple drops of paint in there and have at it. And this is the color control. You have prime on here. Oh, I should explain something first. You cannot pull this back. You have to push down for the air, pull back for paint. This is kind of like a beginner airbrush. Well, it teaches you trigger control, I should say. Because I've seen very good artists paint with this brush. But the collar, it says prime on here. In case you were priming something, you push down. It only lets the trigger go back so far. And you have a base coat. Same way. You have a 3. And it only lets you go back so far. A 2, same way. And a 1. And then you're back to full trigger. Very nice looking airbrush. There's no grooves on the cup. The cup basically just twisted. And it's not going nowhere. It's in there pretty good, actually. All right, let's move this aside. And we'll take the airbrush, the back end off, and see what's behind there. So you got your needle chuck. You just loosen up your chuck, slide your needle out, set that to the side. This is your needle chuck. It comes all the way off. Before that, let's just pull off the collar. So this comes all the way off. And then you have in here, you have your spring that comes out. Well, that's machined really well. Looks very nice. And you only have to hand tighten these things. Let's take a look at the front. So this cap is supposedly, it cuts down on your air tip dry, so that your paint doesn't dry on your needle as much. Let's take the cap off. Inside the cap, we have the nozzle. It's a 0.45 nozzle. Let's put it back together. Today is just an unboxing. I'm not going to actually spray this today. I will in another video. I just got this. So far, I like it a lot. It looks very nice, very well made. Let's put the collar back on. And then we'll slide the needle back in. And the plus about this thing, it's a self-centered needle. So once you shove it in here, it lines right up with everything perfect. And what I do is I hold the back of it just a little bit, and then I twist the needle chuck on to hold the needle in. We'll put the back on it. And the trigger's got a little bit of tension to it. However, I do know that you can get the Evolution nozzle cap, a different cap to where you can pick your dry tip if you want to, and you can get a 2.8, I believe. But the cup, look at the machining on this thing. It's very nice. So yes, you can modify this. All the Evolution parts fit this. If you want to change it to a 2.8 needle nozzle setup, and you can change the spring that I just showed you inside of here, which will give you less tension on the trigger. It's not horrible like it is. I think that if you get used to this and you want something a little bit smoother, this is actually smooth. It's just the tension is a little bit tight on it. But if you wanted something with a little bit less tension, you could also put the Evolution spring in here as well. And I do believe that you can change out the trigger as well. But that's the look at the Harder Steenbeck Ultra 2024 airbrush. Has the quick connect on it for your hose. And the reason I got this, it's kind of like it's revisiting something that I really wanted to do years ago. So I used to watch people like Drew Blair, Corey St. Clair, and one of my favorites, Craig Fraser. I really wanted to paint like these guys. They're all great artists. There's others out there too. Today, I'm watching Rob from Dread Effects. He's a great painter. You have Airbrush Asylum, Mike's Airbrush. There's so many great artists out there now. It's just unreal. And the technology that they're putting into these newer airbrushes like this is really good. And this is so I hear it's a beginner's dream. Well, I'm beginning my dream all over again because, like I said, I started this out 12 to 14 years ago being interested in painting. I moved to Florida. It was so hot in the summertime, and I had nowhere to paint but my garage. And I would go to work every day and come home hot, sweaty, and no energy, no motivation. So I really never went out to paint. When I first started airbrushing, I bought an Iwata bottom feed, which is a great brush. And I also bought a Renegade Chrome Badger airbrush. And I also like that brush a lot. I've done a lot more painting with my Chrome than I have my Iwata. My Iwata bottom feed, I use it for bigger projects. But it's kind of like once you're not doing this for a while, you lose it. It's not like riding a bicycle and getting back on it and doing it all over again and being able to do it good. So I'm airbrushing, but brushing up on my airbrushing, if that makes sense. Well, thank you for joining me here. And we're just going to put this back into the box. I'll let you see how this cup comes out. See, it just twists out. It's right in the box. And also it says made in Germany, high quality. It's definitely a high quality brush. So I watch Warwick, is this his name? From Harder Steenbeck on YouTube a lot, and there's a lot of information on all the brushes out there that if you're just doing searching for brushes, my suggestion, I've used this, I actually used this last night for a little bit, but I actually suggest checking into Harder Steenbeck. They're actually a great company. I hear their customer service is awesome. I know Badger is, so I'm not sure about Iwata. I've never really had any issues with my Iwata or my Chrome, for that matter. But I do know that the guys over at Badger, they're very good at responding to any questions that you may have or anything like that. And I'm sure Harder Steenbeck's is the same way. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be back with more on this. You guys have a great day. Peace out. Later.